And Duncan Crawford is live in the Tunisian capital. Duncan, 5 years since the uprising that ousted former President Ben Ali, part of the progressive Arab Spring that swept across North Africa and the Arab world. What does today mean for the people of Tunisia?
Well, it means a lot. It is 5 years on since Ben Ali fled the country. There are going to be commemorations at the presidential palace in memory of those who died in the revolution. Also celebrations to mark the occasion of the end of the president's rule. He did rule here for 23 years with an iron fist, and he only left power after weeks of street protest here in the capital in Tunis and in other parts of the country where people were calling for democracy, they were calling for an end to repression and for better living standards. We are expecting many thousands of people on the streets again today to celebrate this occasion. There is a lot of security here on the streets, police and army out on patrol. We are also expecting some people to have protests as well. There is, for some, a sense of frustration with the direction this country has moved in the last few years, because although they've held democratic elections, yes, there is now a coalition government, many feel the ideals of the revolution haven't been fulfilled. So for some, there is disillusionment about the state of the country.
And just looking at your report there, the terror threat is very real, as you said. What's the security situation like since the terrorist attacks?
It has been tense indeed. We've had 3 major terror attacks here last year. Also less widely reported, a 16-year-old boy in a mountain a few hours' drive from the capital, Tunis, was beheaded by a radical group in November as well. So since November, a state of emergency has been declared here by the government, which has actually been extended until the end of next month. Still, we're seeing the numbers of tourists visiting the country. It's dropped significantly due to the security situation here. So the government is doing all it can to try to round up people it suspects of being linked to terror attacks. There have been many hundreds of raids. The actual number of Tunisians who've gone to fight with radical groups in Syria, for example, it's the more Tunisians have fought in Syria than any other nationality. So the government extremely concerned that individuals, Tunisians who've gone to fight in Syria, or for that matter Libya, could become further radicalized, learn how to use explosives and weapons, and then come to launch attacks on home soil.
Right, okay. Thank you very much for that report there, Duncan.